Hello, everybody, and welcome to Anime Club. I'm your host, Isaiah, and I am here with my other co hosts, which I'll introduce in a second, to rank One Piece arcs. Yes, we are going to be ranking every single One Piece arc up to the manga as well. So it should be a very exciting time. I'm here with my two co hosts, Josh.
Oh man, I'm excited for this one, guys.
And I'm here with Noah.
Yeah, what's up? One Piece, let's go.
So it should be an exciting time. We decided that we wanted to talk about One Piece because we love One Piece over here. We just didn't know what specifically, but we decided to do the arcs. It shouldn't take too long, but it also should open up some really fun discussions. We have one good tier list, separates all of them. Noah, how do you feel about the One Piece arcs? Are you excited? Is there some already on the top of your mind that are like top tier or bottom tier?
Oh yeah, I feel like when it comes to One Piece, like top tier and bottom tier, like I feel like it all comes down to what you're looking for in an arc. Because I feel like every One Piece arc has significance in some sense, and like some of them might not be as action exciting, but they still like have impact on the story.
All right, how about you, Josh?
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the awesome things about One Piece is like everything makes sense. Like there's not really like an arc where you can like skip or think it's like filler arc or something. Like there's always something that's connecting and that's one of the awesome things about One Piece. So I mean, just like I agree with Noah what you said, like it comes down to each arc has different aspects and it all depends on like what you prefer when it comes to like ranking them and stuff. So I mean, overall though, One Piece definitely the best anime out there right now.
Okay, and fun thing about this, my friend, since we did our all-time podcast, he started watching One Piece, and he's like 2 months in. He just finished catching up today, but I watched most of it back with him, and I'm like, yo, there's a lot of stuff I missed. I appreciate a lot more arcs than I did beforehand. Specifically with ones like Dressrosa, like I didn't originally care for as much that I'm like. I actually respect Justin. You know, we'll get into them, but it should be a fun time. So let me put this stream on the screen. There you go. We actually don't need these anymore. But yeah, we have every single one listed. There is no specific order, which actually I'm okay with. So I don't have to like keep it specifically in part one, specifically in part two. We can just talk about them in a fun little order, and we should have a good time with it. So are you guys ready?
Ready when
Let's
you
get
are.
it.
All right, so the
get it.
ranking is S to F like usual. You already know how it is. Drum Island. How do we feel about Drum Island? This is the Chopper Wapple arc. The snow place. The arc's villain and King Wapple. I mean, okay, whatever. No one cares about King Wapple. He's funny. I mean, we got some cool characters here. We get Chopper, Dr. Kureha. We're getting the whole Drum Island thing. We're learning about the doctors and all stuff. How do we feel about Drum Island?
When it comes to Drum Island, I definitely think. I mean, it's not like I'm not putting it in like one of the top arcs, but I mean, I would probably put it around like a C or like a D, like around like mid tier around there. Because I mean, like it was good like written wise when it came to Chopper. Like you got his backstory. You also got the backstory of the other doctor as well, the first doctor that worked with Chopper. But I mean, other than that, like the villain's kind of he was kind of like okay, and like story time wise, it was more like I know Luffy like they're getting ready to like they need a doctor big time, you know, and Luffy that was kind of like the main objective was getting like Chopper and we all know the one of the big main characters in the whole of One Piece, part of the Straw Hats. So I mean, in that regard, I mean, I would probably put it around like C, but towards like the bottom of C, and then yeah, that's just me though, because there's just so many other arcs that I would just put way ahead of it, you know.
How about you? Know how do you feel about Drum Island?
I think today I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I think Drum Island is. I mean, I feel like it's the same thing. Like I feel like it has like its significance in the sense that like it's also like another ally that like Luffy built very early on in the series as far as like kingdoms go, as far as he jumping kingdom to kingdom, like building these allies. And like I feel like the Drum Kingdom's like the one, like the bigger ones. I mean, they were at the Reverie. It's not like at Luffy's village or like anywhere else, like Nami's village. Like they weren't at the Reverie, like place like that. Like the Drum Kingdom is like a significant enough place to be at a place like the Reverie. You know what I'm saying? Part of the world government, but they obviously understand, like, because the old doctor, like all them, like they know. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep about it, but I'd say it's like a B arc because like I like Chopper and I think it's like. Everything's significant. I don't know. I can't.
So for me, a big thing when I'm ranking these things is moments. I need to like leave this arc with that moment that I can tie with this series, right? Drum Island, I think, in terms of moments, is probably one of the weaker ones. Like I can remember specifically a good moment, at least if I'm going to highlight anything, was Chopper when he almost turned down being a Straw Hat, and they were like, "What are you doing? Like, go with the the Straw Hat." Like I like Chopper is the moments in this arc, right? So I love Chopper. Honestly, King Wapol, as much of a troll character he has probably one of the best laughs in the series, in my opinion. So I think Wapol is very funny. Him and Foxy are some of like the most troll like villains, but I love Wapol. So I can't put it in like an A or anything. It's not bad though. It's definitely mid. It's not bad as good as just there. It's like a B or a C. I might agree with Josh. I think I'm gonna put it in C.
That's fine.
All right.
I had to argue for the B though.
It could be. I think the more we put on here, I can see it going to a B.
Wait, that's the only one. Remember, what about him bringing the mushroom?
All right, I'll put it low.
What about?
I'll put it low B for now.
What about the Sakura bloom at the end? At the end when they're leaving, that was great.
When I say mid, I mean like if there was an option to put it like right here, like that's where I would put it, right here in between B and C. It'll be sitting right in the middle. But see, I don't have that, so I personally I don't mind wherever we put it. It could be one of those two. Josh, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I am okay. As we do more rankings, I think it's going to go down to C.
I agree.
but right now, we'll just put it there for now.
All right. So next is one of the biggest arcs. This is like one of the first real major arc. Alabasta. We get some cool characters here. We're getting Crocodile. We're getting Vivi. We're getting Mr. 3. Bon Clay. We're getting a lot of significant characters here in Alabasta. Noah, how do you feel about Alabasta?
Alabasta. When you look back at Alabasta, I think Alabasta had like a really big, just like big implements on the future of One Piece, and like we still don't even know those implications. Like we know something happened at their every one thing or another. You know what I'm saying? That ties into Alabasta for some reason. But like you also get introduced to Nika Robin. I mean Crocodile. I mean Zoro and the Breath of All Things, like stuff like that. Like very big moments are in Alabasta. So I'd say like S or A for like Alabasta. I think there could be argument for S for it, but I think it's a really good arc, and it's really enjoyable when you look back at it.
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, Alabasta's in my top 5, so I would put it either bottom of S or top of A. That's where I would see it, just because again, like this was like really like Crocodile was like that first real villain that the Straw Hats really needed to face, and honestly, like he defeated Luffy a couple times in the beginning. He really gave Luffy like a great battle, and this was like the start of okay, like Crocodile is the basis, and then also in the war arc when Crocodile saved Luffy too. Like I mean, it all just comes back. And what we were talking about in the beginning, it all comes in the full circle. And now, like what you guys said with the princess and stuff, like I remember it was talked about a little bit. She was part of, I believe, the meeting. Remember in like the Wano arc,
Reverie.
Yeah, Reverie. Yeah. So like it's all coming into full circle, and it all started in Alabasta. Like you got the Zoro and Mr. One fight. You got Sanji had his moment, and then even the baseball guy. I remember when he was talking about hitting like one of his tacks was like grand slam. Like I started dying when I heard
it. Right.
So, yeah, I mean, this was like the first arc where I was just like, yeah, like everyone got their moment. And with that being said, I would probably put it bottom of S, top of A, but it's in my top 5.
I'm gonna put it in S because Alabasta is definitely a top season in my opinion.
Agreed.
I love the VV content. I love the crocodile content. I love all the Mr. 1s and 2s and 3. I loved all of them. Miss Doublefinger and the list goes on. I love Smoker.
I mean,
oh yeah, that too. And I love Smoker in this arc as well. Robin, we get Robin here too. Robin was very fun. God.
I'm sorry, and we almost forgot about the real GOAT of One Piece, Bon Clay.
Oh God, yeah,
the actual greatest character.
Yeah, we get a lot of good characters here. Alabasta is a fun time. I love the aesthetic too, with just it being in a desert. Oh, we meet Ace in this one too.
Yes, that's true.
Ace is in this arc. The Kung Fu Dugongs, and it was a fun arc. Alabasta definitely top tier.
Definitely.
So
agreed.
Next is Jaya. Jaya. This is the one where you meet Blackbeard. Am I wrong?
I have to think.
Yeah, I know Jaya is before like Skypiea, right? Because that's like the one arc.
This is where you're meeting Bellamy. I'm tripping. Oh. This is definitely where you're meeting Bellamy.
Yeah, it's Bellamy. Well, you do meet Blackbeard. Yeah, you meet Blackbeard. This is where the dreams, like people's dreams, never die. Like
okay. So this arc, honestly, it's in my opinion. So when it comes to moments, I do think about Blackbeard, and Luffy having their first interaction. It was very intense, and it's almost setting up that this is going to be like the guy that he's going to go against for the series. I also think about when you're first meeting the Warlord. So like you're getting to see all of them together, like Mihawk, who had that huge moment back in Baradier, and you could see him here again, and you could see Doflamingo and all the other Warlords. So I thought that was a pretty intense moment. And I mean Bellamy versus Luffy, I mean, I guess it was cool. It's nothing too prominent on the series, but I mean, it was a cool moment. But other than that, I mean, Jaya's a really short arc. It's nothing like I don't see anyone like referencing Jaya other than like the Blackbeard moment too much in present day either. Like it's a okay, it's a fun little pit stop before you continue on with the adventure to me. So I mean, it's not bad. I would put it like a C or a D. But I don't know. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I would put it right around C or D. I agree. I mean, it's too small. I mean, now I will say like Bellamy does come back in Dressrosa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was a cool little like flashback, and he did like the same attacks. But I mean, other than that, and Blackbeard's moment, it's too short for me, you know. And some of these arcs, we got to be real. Like we can't put them in the same conversations as like a full complete arc, you know.
Yeah.
So I would probably put Jaya top of D or low C around there.
How about you, Noah?
I'm gonna have to disagree on that. I think the Jaya arc is at least a B arc because I think at least hear me out. I think the parallels in the Jaya arc are insane, and I think as far as we're caught up now, I think the parallels between both. I think you guys are missing it, like how deep I think the Bellamy connection. I think it was a lot deeper than you guys are making it out to be, and the parallel between Shanks and the ironic part of the parallel between Shanks and Luffy when Zoro and him get beat up in the bar, then they walk out and meet Blackbeard, who's the one who marked up Shanks and knows about the Straw Hat. He knows what's good, like, but he's still there, just like, and Luffy and Zoro know what's like. It's such a huge moment that's setting up the future, and now being caught up on the current like story, on the flashbacks, especially the Oden flashbacks with Roger. Skypiea was a huge talking point. Talking about him writing on the poneglyph, him saying the same quote like "I'm going to the sky." Like I think it's really big for One Piece. I think it's a pretty decent arc, honestly.
Yeah. Now here's my question to that though: is that more connected towards Skypiea, or are you going to connect it just with Jaya? Because I mean, this was sort of like Jaya was like this little arc, but then the big arc was Skypiea. You know, with the whole.
I guess you're right.
Like in my mind, First of all, I don't think any of these arcs are bad. I don't think One Piece has any bad arcs whatsoever. So if this is like if this was like in comparison to a lot of anime, a lot of them would just be like a S through B, right? But like just because like for example, I don't think any of these are going to be an F. But if there's like an F or something, that still doesn't mean it's bad. I just think it's in comparison to the bigger ones.
No, I feel you. Yeah, you're
I
right.
think I like Jaya, and I love the moment, but it's like, what else is there to it? Like, it's so short for me, and it just like it left me hungry, and I'm glad that it gave me the lead up to a lot more future moments in other arcs. But in terms of what happened here, the arc's antagonist was Bellamy. And I mean, the connection obviously came back full circle in Dressrosa, which why I'm going to give that connection more to a Dressrosa arc more than giving it into a Jaya, since it happened in Dressrosa and not in Jaya. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, I got you. I agree.
Okay, but I do agree though. We'll see. All right. So next is Skypiea. This is a pretty big arc as well. Now in terms of characters, I mean, Enel, honestly, is the only real one you're walking away with that people still talk to this day. I think in terms of arcs, this one has, shockingly, as one of the bigger arcs, you don't really have a lot of continuity when it comes to characters. Like usually you leave these characters and then you get to see them again in a later time, like even the smallest people, right? I don't think Skypiea is the only one other than like Enel and a cover story that we really don't really see people from Skypiea like ever again since we've been in the island. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
Have they referenced like those brothers?
I don't think so, right? I mean, they referenced Nolan the Liar, but he's not really a Skypiean. He was more so from the book, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, they didn't really. I mean, I know the Gold Roger flashback. They got a little bit of.
I mean,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, other than that, though, like, I mean,
regardless, it's still a good arc to me, though. I actually really like Skypiea. I think it's fun. I think I'm glad that they were willing to like experiment with like more of a fantasy aspect with One Piece. Like, obviously, One Piece is fantasy straight up because Devil Fruits and everything, but like an island in the sky. And you know, I want to give a little credit. Maybe it's a little recency bias because I watched episode Skypiea where they reanimated the arc again. But it's just like it's just fun to see like so many cool concepts. You get like I like the idea with like the impact dials and like the scooters and everything. Like it was just really cool to see. And
also you got the Mary, the
Mary too. Yeah, it's just it's really fun. Like I don't know, I wish we got. Hopefully we get to go back, I guess. I mean, I don't know why they would, but like even like characters like Rouge apparently comes from Skypiea. There's a lot of characters that come from Skypiea, and it's just like there's so much that was left unexplored with Skypiea, and I think it's worth going back into. But how do you guys feel about Skypiea? I think it's A, by the way. I didn't say that, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I will say out of all of the bigger arcs, Skypiea for me is not. Like compared it to like post time skip arcs and also like I know when we get to like the Marineford and stuff, like it's not really. I didn't really like Skypiea a lot. I thought it was a good arc. Like I think all these arcs are good, but it didn't really like wow me. I definitely think that Skypiea. If I'm trying to remember, I'm trying to think. Yeah, with Skypiea, I definitely think it would have been better written if it came later in the series, honestly, because I feel like that would have been because like it was the second, like because you had Alabasta and then you had like a little break in between, but then you got right to Skypiea, and I was just like, I feel like Skypiea could have been addressed a little bit later because like you have like that island in the sky, you know, because I kind of wanted to see more islands around the area first. That's just me, like as I'm really thinking about the series overall. But I mean, Enel's really cool. I wish we could see more of Enel. Like, I feel like Enel was too powerful because like the only reason why Luffy and his crew survived was because Luffy's made out of rubber. Like as I was watching, I was just like, this is the only reason why this crew was alive. I think at the time Enel was just too powerful for them.
He has some of the highest destructive capacity in the series still to this day. Like this man was destroying islands with like one.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I just felt like it was everything came too soon. Like Luffy and his crew were just barely, like Luffy was barely able to beat Crocodile. So I was seeing that, and then I remember watching it live. I was like that, and then now you got this guy that's just zapping lightning, and the only reason why Luffy's surviving is because he's made out of rubber.
Now I will say I think we're going to get more Nell content eventually because he is on the moon and there's like a whole lot of stuff going on up there. I will say though, I feel like as a viewer, I think Skypiea started off slow, but the way it ended was very dynamic, and I think that's what really saves this arc for me. Because the beginning was very kind of like what are we doing?
It had funny moments.
Yeah,
it was funny. It was a lot of like the OG like crew like funny stuff happening. On the ship stuff.
I agree.
Yeah, I just think out of all the big arcs, it's towards the bottom for me. So I would probably put it top of B, because like all the big arcs are B, A, and S for me. But I'll put it at top of B.
How about you, Noah?
I probably agree. Top of B. It could be bottom A, like because I think
that's probably me too. I can do B. Yeah, I can do B.
Because it's definitely
better than Drum Island. Yeah.
You thought about that way?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was thinking.
I think it's just like the beginning really slows it down. In my opinion, like, yeah.
No, I feel.
Foxy Pirates.
It's like a meme. Foxy Pirates is a meme.
Honestly, I think Foxy Pirates was I have a theory about this. The reason because this feels like a filler arc, right?
Yeah.
The reason I think they introduced this was to introduce the concept of a Davy back fight, because I really think when we see the red hair pirates, we're not going to get a fight between the Straw Hats and Shanks. I think we're going to see a Davy back fight between the Straw Hats and the red hair pirates, and I think that's how Luffy quote unquote defeats Shanks, because I don't think they're not going to fight each other. They like each other.
You don't think they're going to square up? I think they square up.
Like they're going to spar, obviously.
Yeah, they're going to get after.
They're not going to go all out. Like, come on.
They're going to do like some Fujitora like Luffy stuff. Like at the end of Dressrosa, like they're not really fighting, but they're getting.
Now listen, if that is true, then this is probably the most useless arc in One Piece. Like I don't understand. Yeah. Like there has to be a reason.
It's just funny. It's funny. Like it's just funny moments. Like
I mean, I love it, but it's an F, right?
Yeah.
In comparison to the other ones.
In comparison, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
It's funny though. It's got some funny moments. I've seen like clips from it that are funny still.
I agree. So we have three: Water 7, Enies Lobby, and Post Enies Lobby. There are three halves. So we can try to get through because this honestly, when we talk about this as a collective, but they split it in three, which I think it's appropriate. So the first one is Water 7. This is before they leave to Enies Lobby, but a lot of stuff goes down here. First of all, we get Usopp leaving the Straw Hats. A very emotional moment, by the way. A very emotional moment. We get Luffy versus Usopp. We're getting Robin going rogue on the Straw Hats, and then Sanji trying to save Robin from the train and everything. And oh my gosh, you see like CP9 and like they come out of nowhere too. You're like, wait, these guys are evil? Like this is crazy. But how do you guys feel about Water 7? Like I will say, out of all the islands, I think Water 7 and Sabaody are some of the most interesting design wise. I love the way Water 7 looks. I think it's just straight up like B, because this is a very emotional arc in my opinion. Oh my gosh, I remember when Luffy and Usopp first started arguing, and he was about to say, "You can just leave the crew," and then Sanji kicked him in the face. He's like, "What were you about to say?" Like it was just crazy. How do you guys feel about Water 7 now?
I think it's an A. Honestly, I think you missed a few moments. I think a few big other moments that you missed are Frankie and the ancient weapon.
Yeah.
That whole like thing. Also the huge like really serious moment on like on the topic of Usopp and Luffy, with like Zoro being like, yo, like he's got to come back here. Oh wait, no, that's after.
That's after.
No,
this is before. No, but I get you. There was a moment where the Frankie family beat up Usopp, and then you see Chopper.
That was pretty. Yeah, that was
crazy. Like it was a very like it wasn't It's an emotional arc. Like this is one of the more
Yeah.
emotional arcs, and like I think this is some of the best writing Oda did.
Yeah.
How about
I
you,
think it was
Josh?
good.
Yeah, I mean, man, this is tough.
Oh, and Zoro, it would post be Zoro cutting the train in half too. That was sick. That was post.
So
I mean,
Yeah.
no, that was that wasn't post. That was pre. That was Water
that was
7.
pre.
Yeah,
So that's Water
that was on
7.
the way. Yeah, that's on the
Yeah,
way.
that's Water 7.
On the way to
Yeah.
Enies Lobby. Yeah, he like sliced the. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, no, I will say because this is because I mean I wish it was all combined in the one because
I'm shocked they
if it's
didn't.
all combined in the one, it's S tier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But since we're breaking it up into 3 parts, I mean, another part with Water 7, I don't even know because with the Mary as well. Like, I mean, they had to say goodbye to Mary, but
Well, that's post.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
all post.
Yeah.
So it's like, Water 7.
Well, technically, it was pre though, because they kind of did. They knew.
I mean, if we want, we can just rank one of them as a collective. It's our stream, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we got.
That's true.
Do you guys want to do that? Or not? Maybe not post Enies Lobby. Maybe Enies Lobby could just be a whole.
Well, I mean,
I kind of like the back and forth between the post and pre. Though I think pre is A though, if anything.
Yeah, if pre's gonna be A, I think it would be bottom A. But
yeah,
I just think the writing is so good in Water 7.
Yeah.
I can't not put it like high. Now
I
any
think,
oh, what you say?
I was about to say I don't have to even talk about this one. I think
Enies Lobby straight S. Come on,
yeah,
3S. Enies Lobby straight S.
Yeah,
and I'll put it ahead of Alabasta.
Yeah, 100%.
This is like a oh my gosh! I want to live. Like we don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it. Yeah, there's too much to even talk about in Enies Lobby.
If you haven't watched it, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
All right, post Enies Lobby. This is I'm shocked that they called it an arc, but that's fine.
Yeah.
So we leave the married. That I actually cried when I saw that.
If you didn't, you're sick.
That's one of the few times one of the first times I've ever cried. Only time I think I've ever cried because of an anime was the Mary getting sung. That was crazy. You get Frankie making the Sunny. You get Frankie joining the Straw Hats.
Legendary Wood, by the way.
Yeah,
with the Adam Oak Tree or whatever it's called, the treasure tree.
Tom information. We get to see Spannum get his back broken. I love that. There's a lot of post Enies Lobby is great.
I'd put it at A.
Yeah. Above or behind Water 7 now?
Above.
I might put above because I cried, bro. Like,
and I think you're forgetting we get Garp introduction.
Oh yeah,
Kobe's back in the mix. And then I mean, it could be. I don't know. That's good though. It's good.
I'm gonna revisit it when we add more, but this is a good.
Yeah, that's a good.
Savage,
and he talks about the Yonko, talking about Shanks, and like all that stuff. That's
you learn about Dragon too.
Yeah, and you learn about Dragon as well. And
this is just a great Water 7 and Enies Lobby is great all around.
A lot of information, world building.
So next is Thriller Bark. I am not a fan of Thriller Bark, man. I think Gecko Moria brings this arc down so much because I don't like him that much as an antagonist. Now, I mean, I like Brooke moments. I like Perona. I like the little references to horror themes and even the Frankie Bide formation and all that. So it's fun. And I mean, hindsight 2020, it impacts the series a lot with the sword for Wano and everything. But I just never really honestly, I almost dropped One Piece at this point when I was first reading. I get really bored. I got so bored with Thriller Bark. That's just a hot topic, opinion. But how do you guys feel about Thriller? I don't care for it too much. I would put it C or D personally. I don't like Thriller Bark. I don't hate it, but that's a personal thing. How do you guys feel about it?
When it comes to Thriller Bark, I'm not really. I would probably put it behind Skypiea. Out of all of the big arcs, it's my lowest for me. Only because the point where I kind of lost respect for it was when the invisible guy, Nami was bathing and the invisible guy. I was like, come on. I was like, this is doing a little. I was like, this is doing a little too much. This is starting to get a little creepy. And I agree. Gecko Moria. like his devil fruit power is so tough, but he is just a straight up bitch. He is like he's just a straight up, he's soft, you know, like he doesn't have
Wait,
he's soft. Like
come on, he got his whole crew absolutely murdered by Kaido.
bro,
I hear you. But
I know, I hear you, but at the
Come
same
on,
time,
bro.
it's like you have the ability to take people's shadows, and you're just soft, you know. Like I feel like they could have did more with him. But the moment for
He's
me
a
in the
broken
series,
man.
the moment in me for the series though was when Zoro took Luffy's pain.
oh my god, Kuma is in the
Yeah, Kuma's in it.
yeah.
So, like, I mean, just
Yeah.
like I said in the beginning, I said all of these big arcs are at least B to S for me. Because I can't put any of the big arcs C.
You know what? The whole Zoro moment, I'll range that up to B as well because that's actually pretty tough. When he took all the pain from him.
And
Yo,
I mean,
honestly,
What you
I think any moment where a Straw Hat declares Luffy the Pirate King is an A tier moment. That shit is crazy. that is nah that.
yeah, I mean that was
That was
like the
big.
moment. So like I mean I would probably put it. I can't. I'll probably put it. I can't put it ahead of Water.
I would put it
but-
top B if it was me.
Yeah.
I'll put it top B. I think it's better than Skypiea.
Okay. Like Sky P and Thriller Bark, I get very bored with. Like I can't rewatch them.
Yeah, no, I feel.
Like I feel like if you're at least A, you have rewatch appeal for me. Like I will go back and watch. I can't. I don't think I've gone back to watch any of these, minus like episode Skypiea, episode Foxy Pirates, but it's like
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. I don't know if this is a hot topic. Savity is my favorite arc.
I don't think we have to even talk about Sabu.
Like, is this S? Like,
Yeah.
am I wrong?
You got
Yeah,
the
that's
first generation.
That's
interview.
S. I think
Is it
that's
above
above
any-
Alabasta. I don't think it's above NES Lobby though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because
But
I
it's definitely
wanted to
above
hear you guys
Alabasta.
because I'm so biased to this arc. Like, this is my favorite.
No,
arc.
it's so good. What?
Yeah.
Admirals, Rayleigh, worst generation, whole crew disappearing. What?
I'll never forget Luffy punching Charlos was like one of the
Oh
hypest
my
moments
God.
like I've ever seen.
I
bro.
can rewatch that on replay forever.
I was like, no, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, the energy of that was insane.
It was so intense. All right, I just
And referencing now the most recent episode, like the monster, well, like the
Monster
three
trio?
captains,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the Sabaody trio out here
Kizaru.
back at it. Yeah, Kizaru, Rayleigh clash, like
I remember this was the arc where you're like, oh yeah,
oh yeah,
like, the Straw
they're
Hats
not
are
ready.
Not ready.
No, they're not ready for
So
it.
you think you know what power is, and then Kizaru just like a finger beam. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
like okay, like
The pacifists are just slapping them around.
All right. So Romance Dawn. Which one was this one?
This is Zoro, and I'm pretty sure.
Oh, at the
Yep.
very beginning.
Yeah, this is the beginning.
Oh, okay. So this is the beginning of the story. I mean, all right. I mean,
It was the very first arc.
That was cool. I mean, Alvida. You get Hilnepo with his hammer gun.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was fun to see Zoro. I mean, you get Shrimp Kobe. You don't think you're ever going to see Kobe again after this arc, but you do. It's just, I mean, it's the introduction of One Piece. I mean, you get the little flashback with Shanks too, getting his arm cut off, and I mean, it's a fun arc. I mean, you know, it's the beginning. I'll give it its respects. Like, I think it's at least a B. But yeah, how do you guys feel about it?
I think it's at least a B. I think it's a pretty good arc. I mean, like you said, it's the start of it all. So it's just kind of you got to give it its due respect.
Mm-hmm.
It all started with a barrel. People forget it started in a barrel.
This man was not ready. How about you?
Now?
How about you, Josh?
Yeah, I'd probably put it bottom of B.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, you know, it did its job. There you go.
It's great. I mean, you got introduced to the best side character like ever. So
Amazon Lily. It's not a bad arc actually. To BH, this is honestly like a Luffy character progression arc.
Big, yeah.
It was the first time in a while we get to see Luffy without the Straw Hats. But we get to meet Boa and all those other girls. But I really think, not to bounce around too much, but I really, when I go at this arc, I think about when the Snake sister is about to get the mark shown on her back and Luffy covers it up.
Yeah.
You know, they're just beating her up. This man also sacrificed his freedom to save the three girls who stuck up for him, who got turned to stone. You get introduced to Boa Hancock, who you're like, oh my god, like she's turning everyone to stone. Like this is one of the first huge like female characters in the story at this point. You're like, all right, maybe she could compete. Now talking like, I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to give Boa her respect, but she's not like top tier or anything. But Boa was lit. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun arc. I enjoyed it for what it was. Oh, and you get to see Luffy find out about Ace. And I think they also count a lot of the other cutscenes where you're seeing where other Straw Hats get thrown into after Kuma sends them places. So I think of like Robin and like on the bridge. Those scenes were actually pretty powerful. And you get Brook getting sent to that island where everyone's trying to summon Satan, and he gets summoned. You know, it's a fun little pit stop. But I like that. How about you guys?
I'd agree. I think another big moment too is Luffy with the Conqueror's Haki the first time was insane. Then Boa Hancock. I mean, that building that relationship is huge for him, and obviously has helped him multiple times during the war, post-war. Will continue to help him regardless of anything, you know. So I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Boa Hancock helped him out a lot.
Yeah,
I was able to get into Impel Down and all that. I'd probably put Amazon Lily at B tier. I mean,
I agree. I think it could be top of B. Honestly,
I agree. TBH, like I would go back and watch Amazon Lily over the other ones.
Yeah, I think so. I've watched that fight a few times. Believe me, I like that. That fight is great. The Conqueror's Haki part was insane. I thought that was amazing. By the way,
Margaret is the MVP of this.
Yes, arc. I was about to say, and the moments with Margaret, she's great, and the grandma too. The grandma's funny.
Oh yeah.
The grandma funny as hell.
Oh my god, it felt so dark when you find out that the Snake sisters were all slaves and stuff.
Oh yeah, terrible. Yeah. You learn about Fisher Tiger a little bit more and stuff like that. It's really good. It's really cool. Really cool.
All right. I'm gonna keep going, but I'm starting to see some things I want to drop down. But anyway, Impel Down. So you get to see a lot of characters again for the first time, specifically from the Alabasta arc, but a lot of Buggy. You get to see Magellan, Shiryu, Blackbeard Pirates finally making their moves. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on here. You get to meet Jinbei. You get to see Garp and Ace have their first interaction before he gets executed, and then just Luffy's determination. You get to meet a lot of the new revolutionaries like Ivankov here. You get more Bon Clay, true MVP of this arc here. This is a lot of, if fighting is what you like in anime, this is the arc for you, because writing isn't really a strong suit, but fighting is really Impel Down strong suit. It's just straight fighting, but it has rewatchability for me, and I think it has some good moments. Magellan, honestly, one of the more broken devil fruits too. I would not want to fight that guy. But yeah. Oh my gosh, he almost took out Blackbeard and the pirates too.
Sure, you saved his ass.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about Impel Down here?
I would put Impel Down bottom of A. I mean, I can rewatch it. I really like the Warden. I definitely think if we ever do a power ranking, he's going to be one of those characters that's going to be very interesting to rank. Because he was pretty much broken, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like, and this arc pretty much Luffy just got his ass kicked the entire arc. That's why, I remember watching this, I was like, how the hell is he going? Like, how is he going to survive? Honestly, I mean, he just gets his ass kicked the entire time. Like this man still, I'm like, this man needs a power up. I'm like, come on. I'm like, you can't do Luffy like this, man. Like, he's still doing second gear, and everyone else is just like just light work.
Yeah.
Bro, without Buggy in Mr. 3, I don't think he escapes.
Yeah,
or
he's
Donkey,
not.
obviously, but like the candle hands or whatever, Gumma candle hands or something like like it takes a lot of teamwork here. It was fun to see Crocodile again too, and all these. This is like basically, I think they were called like the substitute Straw Hats at the time for one of the episode titles.
Yeah, and you also got Jinbei too. Jinbei was all the way down.
Love
to
Jinbei.
level, I think he was level 0, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and also, go ahead, no.
No, I was just saying, just like I think I love moments with Buggy. I think Buggy's hilarious, and I think that the reference back to the treasure map that Luffy had like the key to on it, and that Buggy wanted from. I think that was funny. Like Oda loves doing like the 700 chapters later. Like, hey, remember this? I think that's funny, and I think his little, even though it was short, that the little interaction he had with Blackbeard was sick. I think I love that angry punch. I think that was sick, and it was cool to see the Jinbei interaction too, because like it was kind of foreshadowing of what Jinbei can bring to the crew, of like that like smart mental mindset that can kind of like bring Luffy like back down. You know what I'm saying? That the real like. Jinbei knows he's a fight, like he's seasoned, you know what I mean, as compared to anybody else in the crew. So it's kind of like Jinbei showed reason in that like heated moment. I think that was big.
Yeah, and also Blackbeard got a new crew member as well.
Yeah, a bunch of them. He got a new crew. Yeah. He brought the whole level 6 out of jail.
Like,
and if you saw fun moment was if you saw what was the movie Stampede, it showed at the beginning that he told all of them to fight, and whoever survives joins his crew, and you see Douglas Bullet and all that. But yeah, Blackbeard's a savage, man.
Yeah, Blackbeard is. He gets it done anyway, any means necessary.
Agreed, man. All right.
I would say Impel down. It could be better than Water 7.
You know, I'm not against that. I'm not against that. I keep forgetting that, and he's like,
post.
Marine. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, that's
but that doesn't even need to be discussed at all.
Post-war arc. All right, so this is after Marine. I don't. It's kind of boring.
Yeah,
it was cool moments. I mean, the 2-day, 3-year, you seeing where everybody's at, like everybody agreeing to the training, cool. Like the Rayleigh, him agreeing to the training, cool. But other than that, boring, it was just like, it wasn't anything too like exciting. It was just like some cool stuff.
It's a D-list here. Like it's not Foxy, but I mean, it's
yeah.
You think even lower?
I would say is even with Jaya. If we're talking like moments wise, I think we get some pretty nice moments as far as like the crew like acknowledging like the newspapers and stuff like that. I thought those were pretty impactful moments. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think where to start.
I mean, the post-war war was pretty much the end of part 1.
Part 1, so
time skip.
All right, that's fine. All right. Return to Saturday. So this is the beginning of time skip. Not Fisherman Island. I'm shocked that they count this as an arc.
I know.
It's annoying. I mean, it was a decent amount of episodes when you think about it. It was like 12, 15.
Is this the whole thing with the fake?
Yeah, so the fake. It was annoying.
They really count that as its own arc.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'd put that at top of Foxy, honestly.
Yeah, it was funny though. It had funny moments.
Actually, look.
It was a little power intro with Luffy.
I kind of want to put it in D.
I'll put it in D.
That's fine.
I think it's pretty good.
It was fun to see the Straw Hats' new designs.
Exactly.
I like to see, they recently were getting their butts whooped by pacifistas. Now they're not even a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see, what's his face? Oh my gosh. Whatever the name of the fake Straw Hats guys, those guys are hilarious.
Oh yeah, Jamalo Black or something.
Jamalo
Black, yeah. Jamalo Black.
Oh yeah, and also who guarded the ship?
Kuma.
Yeah,
Kuma guarding the ship.
And then
that was a big moment.
And like seeing everybody's masters, like Perona being there, funny, like Zoro making the jokes about him being the first one there and giving everybody else a number, him
And
getting
then,
on the wrong ship, cutting it in half, like
you get to see the guy with the swamp food. What is his name?
Caribou. Yeah, Caribou. Yeah.
Caribou's in this act.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm not gonna make it trash, but it's D. It's it does its job.
Yeah, it's funny.
Fishman Island. So like Skypiea, I think Fishman Island is fun just to see the aesthetic wise. You're underwater. I mean, lots of opportunities. Now I will say Horty Jones is very like low tier when it comes to like arc villains for me. I don't care much for Horty Jones or Vander Decken or any of those guys, but I like this arc because it gives you. Well, first of all, I think the info dumps specifically are the reasons why I like it. Because one, a lot of the stuff I like about it is at the very end of the arc where you're finding out Shirahoshi is an ancient weapon. I like listening to the Sea King speak, and then Luffy and Shirahoshi hears about. I like hearing them speak about the possibility of them being Joy Boy and Poseidon and all that. You're learning more about the poneglyphs, and you're actually hearing about Joy Boy for the first time. Those are some of my favorite moments. Like I like Void Century information, so that's what's really keeping this from being like low for me. And I mean, even like the fish, like I like Neptune, I like Shirahoshi, I like a lot of these characters. You get more Jinbei, get more Kami and all that stuff. But the villains are kind of boring. But I think the reason they're there is because they're using these guys as a placeholder to show how far the Straw Hats have come. So I mean, I will give it its respect there. I mean, you get Red Hawk for the first time as well. Like you're getting just to see the Straw Hats fully in motion. You get General Frankie, you get Monster Point controlled Chopper. You get a lot of updates on how strong everybody is. But I mean, the antagonists are very underwhelming, and I love antagonists, so that's what's stopping it from being like super high for me. Like I think it's mid, and I think it does its job. I wouldn't mind watching it again, but I also don't have any interest to watch it again. So that's just me. How about you guys? How do you feel about Fishman Island?
You got to know.
I agree and I disagree at the same time. I think it's still a good arc, and I think I'd put it like top of B, like maybe bottom A. I think it's still a really good arc in a sense of like the information it brings to the table. I mean, like you said, like upgrades for everybody. I get in a sense where like as far as like antagonists, it's not the best. Obviously, Horty Jones, like it's like I forget who you were saying. Like he's a villain that's never gonna come back. Like we're never gonna see Horty Jones again. Like, like you know what I mean. Like he was there, he did his thing. Horty Jones, you know what I'm saying. We'll see you never. But I think the setups that it made were so big, and it also set up one of the bigger arcs in the series, which is Big Mom at Luffy's in her conversation. The funny moment after he tells her he eats all 10 tons of her candy, and Luffy declaring that he's going to take Fishman Island as his own territory. And like, obviously the Joy Boy, the Noah, like, the Shark Lady's like fortune that Luffy's going to come back and destroy like Fishman Island, which obviously he's going to, but who knows how or when, you know.
I have a theory, but I'm going to save that for another day.
Yeah. But I think it's an A tier arc. I think it's pretty good. Like, I mean, I get like the villains underselling, but I think as far as like how big of an impact it plays in the series, I think it plays a pretty big. Like
I'm really the strong parts are really at the end of the arc. Now that we're like talking about it,
and you learn about Aokiji and Nakainu, their fight, which Kazard plays a big part. And then it's literally like it's where we're going. It's where we go next. It's right to the island
of the arc, man.
Yeah.
That's my thing, though. It's just like Skypiea. I think the beginning.
The beginning's not terrible.
It's not terrible. I would put it. If it was me, it would go under Amazon Lily.
And the backstory links to when they go to the Reverie, because that same celestial dragon saved Shirahoshi from Charlos.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. How about you, Josh?
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I would put it. I would probably put it top of B because of how it ended.
I agree. I agree.
That's fine.
Top of B sounds good.
All right. Punk Hazard.
Oh, the worst laugh in One Piece.
This is before I like Caesar, but
Caesar is cool though. Like I do
cool.
like Caesar, but his laugh is
I
terrible.
think I like Caesar after Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
Because
he's just a clown.
Scumbag. Like,
yeah, you think he's a savage, but he's really just like an absolute like goofball. Like he's just a clown.
But
Literally, that's why he's Caesar the clown. Like
this is the part where we get. First of all, I think Punk Hazard is cool because it's basically affected by Aokiji and Akainu's awakenings.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing. I mean, what we meet like Kinemon and Momonosuke here too.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
Smoker, Doflamingo,
Law was crazy, yo.
Yeah,
like, Law, Smoker, Doflamingo, Aokiji, crazy moments. So that's actually going to raise it up for me. But I mean, Vista now Vista and Caesar and all of them, they're whatever villains, okay. But I think the moments trump that, so I think it's going to be a B list for me. I it wasn't a prominent moment, but I always think it's one of the funniest parts where they're going over the Sea of Fire and like you just see Robin and Zoro and Luffy eating it while Usopp's freaking out, and I thought that was a cute little moment. But it's a B-lister. It does its job. Honestly, that Law versus Smoker fight, that's one of the better fights in One Piece, in my opinion. How do you guys feel about Punk Hazard here?
Yeah, I would put it around B because I mean it was the beginning of like what we're seeing now. So like Punk Hazard, and then that set up Dressrosa because remember Doflamingo came towards the end of it, and then we got a little I don't know if I can't remember if we got an introduction of Kaida, but we knew that like Doflamingo worked under somebody that was even bigger. So we got a little bit of that. We got the introduction of the Smile fruit. Like that hybrid devil fruit, and now we know what the problem is now of seeing it in Wano and all that stuff. So I mean, Punk Hazard, it served its purpose. I definitely would like. I mean, no reason why. See, I would rewatch it for the story aspect of it to get more clarity. But I mean, I agree with Noah. Like Caesar's laugh definitely got annoying as it went on. But so I mean, I would probably put it B around where Amazon Lily is because it did serve its purpose and we got a lot of content.
Okay.
So I'd put them in like the same area, Punk Hazard and Amazon Lily, because you got a lot.
B is getting close. What? You want to put something else?
I think I'd put it above Amazon.
Yeah.
Lily
really?
Because of the information it brings and like a lot of the foreshadowing it entails. As far as like we're going Punk Hazard, we're still talking about stuff from Punk Hazard and like Wano. You know what I mean? So it was big moments. I mean, Kinemon Momonosuke, like the Law Luffy alliance. Like I think it was really funny too. Like when Law swapped their hearts, I think there was a lot of good funny moments as well. Like when Frankie was in Chopper's body and Robin's like, "Don't ever speak again. Don't ever speak in Chopper."
That was actually really funny.
It's just like it was full of funny. It was definitely funnier moments, and then there was a few serious moments like Zoro telling Luffy after he lost to Caesar the first time, like to like stop playing around, like. I think that was a big moment and because like we're fresh in the new world and, we're not trying to play around here, So I think it was cool.
So as I'm going, now that we have some stuff on here before I continue, is Drum Island and Romance Dawn dropping down 1?
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh. All right. Continue on. Dressrosa. Like I said, I respect Dressrosa a lot more now. I liked it beforehand, but I didn't love it. But now I love Dressrosa. Like I love it. I
love Dressrosa.
It's such a great arc. Like Doflamingo's such a great villain. I think the Grand Fleet formation and all of them are great. I love Bartolomeo. Oh my god.
Funny as hell. He's so funny.
I love Viola and Rebecca. I like oh my gosh, the Dark Past with Law, the Dark Past with Riku. The Tom Talas are hilarious. There's just so many good
Pink.
Oh my gosh. The moment that I was like, dang, like I turned my opinion on it is first of all, you have Zoro, Kinemon, and Luffy. They're surrounded by Doflamingo and Fujitora. And then as that's going on, you got Frankie and the others, and they're like, yo, we got to go to the factory and save these people with the Tontadas. And then while that's going on, you got the Sanji and the others are getting chased by Big Mom's ship. It's just like so much is just going on at once. And then you get to see Sabo, and Sabo's like, I'll take care of the fruit. You know, it's a fun arc. Like I didn't remember loving it that much, but I'm like, yo, I love this arc now. Yeah. It's an S tier for me. I love Dressrosa. Does anyone disagree with that?
No, I agree. I agree. Dressrosa is S tier. I think it's such a good arc.
How about you, Josh?
Yeah. I would put it at, if I'm putting it S tier though, I would probably put it at the end, just because I just think at moments it did drag out a lot.
I will agree with that.
Because I mean, like I felt like the tournament could have been done quicker. But I also know at the time though that they were making a movie too, so I know like
I didn't even know
they had a lot going on at that time. So that's what I explained to people, like when they're like, "Damn, like Dressrosa is so like long," because there is moments where it is dragged out. But I mean, just like you guys said though, it's you learn so much about the things. I will say though, but like now that like we were seeing Kaido's crew, and also we in Whole Cake we see Big Mom's crew, like the difference between a Yonko squad, like a Yonko team versus a warlord is different, because I was disappointed in Doflamingo's crew. I thought that they would, because I mean you see a little bit of Alabasta, everyone gets like their moments. It was just more like the other moments was just quick because Doflamingo's crew was not really that strong. Mm-hmm. But I will say, like, that's how I felt initially. But now that we've seen Big Mom's crew and now Kaido's crew, that we know there's a difference between Yonko level crew and also Warlord crew. So that's one of the things, like, I remember watching it at the time. That's why I would probably put it. I wanted to see more. I thought Doflamingo's crew could put up a little bit of a better fight than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, other than that, it's great for the story, and it's definitely S tier for me. So
I would put it above Alabasta only.
I was going to say that too.
Only because there's new forms. I mean the fights as maybe one sided as a few of them were. I think Zoro cutting Pika in half, I think was insane. I think it was one of the coolest moments for Zoro post time skip at that time. For sure. And then, I mean, Gear Fourth, Law backstory. I mean, I think Doflamingo, learning more about Doflamingo is huge. I think we're not done with Doflamingo. Doflamingo is still a prominent character, and he knows a lot, and he was making that apparent. And like his backstory was really, I think, one of the best, along with Laws, is one of the better.
Corazon, I believe, series. Is still. I think
Corazon, yeah.
I think he's ranked number 12 in the global favorite characters, and he's dead. Like that, you know, that's a great. You know.
I think I'd put it above. It could be above Sabaody too, but
I don't know about that one.
No, but yes, but you know,
I will agree with Alabasta though. I think. I don't know. I just think Sabaody's almost a perfect art. I'm biased.
No. I like Sabaody. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying there could be a back.
It could be, no, for sure, yeah.
But we don't got to get into that.
All right. So next we got Zoe. This is like another pit stop. I mean,
yeah, pit stops work.
It's okay. I mean, you know, the Migs. I mean, I like seeing Momonosuke control Zunisha. I mean, I have my theories about him being an ancient weapon or whatever, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But you know, there's Momonosuke controlling the elephant. I mean, Jack is kind of whack.
More Kaido though.
More Kaido.
This kind of.
Poneglyph information. I mean, it did its thing, I guess. I don't think people rewatch Zoe, but I mean,
yeah, I would put Zoe around where Jaya is.
I can agree with that.
I think looking back too, if it was cool, like there was like a foreshadowing to time travel though, because like Momonosuke was like, I met Roger here certain years ago, and they're like, shut up, you're a child.
I think the big characters out of here, it's Duke Dogstorm, Cat Viper.
Dogstorm, Cat Viper, yeah.
Carrot and Pedro, but I think Carrot and Pedro specifically get their big moments in Whole Cake.
Yes.
Yeah.
More than this arc.
Yes, definitely.
But Cat Viper and Pedro and Jack, like it was fun seeing them fight.
Mhm.
I said Pedro, Dogstorm, but
And
I
just
don't know.
needing to make Sanji disappearing though too
Sanji
was pretty
disappeared.
cool. Was pretty cool with what's it Bed showing up and getting Sanji.
Beige, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a C or a D. Like I think it leaves you with a lot more questions.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's a C. I'd put it
we're gonna
above
revisit
Drum
it.
Island.
I might actually agree with you there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because I think a big, I think Zoe has one of the biggest moments in Zoe, and I think a huge moment in One Piece is when Dogstorm, when Keen Moon when they're running up to Dogstorm, and they're like, and the Straw Hats like, no, they just got their town destroyed because they said there was no samurai here, and they're like, then they say like Rise say like it was a huge thing, and that's when we find out Momonosuke's not actually Keen Moon's
Kid.
son.
Yeah.
He's Odin's son, like, and that's kind of like the introduction of like,
It leaves you with questions.
I think it's a pretty impactful arc.
It's top C.
I think it's pretty good.
I think we're going to go back to Zoe eventually as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, Zoe's going to come.
Zoe's going to come somewhere. Yeah, Zoe's coming to do something. Maybe the red line.
Whole Cake Island. I rewatched this not even like last week. Whole Cake is a very intense arc. There's a lot going on here. I thought the Straw Hats were going to die. I mean, I know they're not going to, but like you can think they're going to die like a lot in this arc. First of all, I'm going to give Brooke his respect. Brooke is MVP.
Respect
this arc. I think Sanji. This is a Sanji focused arc. I love seeing Sanji in the Germa backstory. I like Reiju. I like Beige Capone, who I didn't think was going to be important in the story. He's a great character. Curry is awesome. It's still one of my top 3 favorite characters. Luffy versus Katakuri is still probably one of the better fights in the series until Wano recently.
Yeah.
This is one of the better fights. And it's fun just to see like you think Observation Haki is so straightforward, and you're like, oh, there's a lot more to this. You get Snake Man. Big Mom's backstory is pretty deep too. Like she ate her family.
Disgusting.
It's kind of wild. And I think we're going to revisit that when we get to Elbaf. Like that's why I don't. Die either.
We're not done with that.
The Whole Cake. There's just a lot going on here. You think that they're going to die a lot, and they don't. I totally forgot. Jinbei completely like, I'm not scared of you. Like, that's a great art. It's a great.
Then you got Pedro's sacrifice.
Huge.
Yeah. Then you got the full moon and
Carrot.
This is an here.
I would put Whole Cake. I would put Whole Cake ahead of Saboteur.
I'd agree as well. That's what I was thinking too. Whole Cake is huge. Whole Cake is a huge arc. And I think Whole Cake also established like Luffy's power scaling a little bit as well.
Oh yeah.
Like with the Katakuri fight. I mean, people can say what they want about that fight, but I mean, I think it was a fight between two people who have respect for each other at the end of the day.
The moment of that fight for me, he was like, I saw this quote recently, but he was just like, Luffy, like, when you come back here, you're going to take Big Mom down, right?
Yeah.
Like he said, not word for word, but he said that to him. And I was like, damn, like, I definitely think there's like a whole theory about him being, because once Big Mom gets taken out,
he's going to be Yonko.
Yeah,
he'll be the next. Yeah,
even because I didn't remember this, but rewatching Wano, they were arguing about who's going to take over the throne, and Big Mom went down.
Yeah,
they were like Pearl, like it should be me, and Daifuku was like, no, it's going to be Katakuri, and
like what the fuck? What is it? The Paris like I get Paris Sparrow's not weak, but what's with the Paris Sparrow hype out here? Because he's the oldest. Because he's
the oldest.
Yeah, like
you know what? Why does Paris Sparrow have more gas than Smoothie? She's second commander.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't be getting more Smoothie content. That's the real question.
Like, she is so underwhelming.
Yeah, the only thing I will say with Whole Cake is I think the biscuit fight was dragged out way too long.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a long fight.
But other than that, it was a really great arc. So
Sanji versus Luffy was amazing.
Yes, that was great too.
Amazing emotions in that were
Pudding.
Pudding.
she's a fun character. I think we're
Pudding's
see
gonna
more
come
Pudding.
back. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see more Pudding for sure.
I think-
I ship Pudding Sanji. I mean, that's the
yeah.
that's the top one. You
I
ship
think
anything
Big
else?
I think Pudding's going to get kidnapped by Blackbeard.
Blackbeard,
Yeah,
yep.
that's my theory.
Something's happening. Something's going down.
All right, Orangetown. This is
This is Logtown. I don't know why it's Orangetown.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is.
This
I
is
think
the
that's-
ending of East Blue, right?
Oh no, that's not Logtown. I'm dumb. Never mind. What is Orangetown? Because Logtown's a different. There's a Logtown up there.
Orangetown. Hold up. Orangetown.
Well, this looks like him in the thing, doesn't it? Or am I dumb?
Yeah, no, this is all right. So this is where you're seeing Buggy and all of them again. I'm pretty sure we're getting Smoker content. Oh no, this is a very small. This is the first time you meet Buggy.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I know. I remember this. I just watched this. I actually just watched this. I'm not even lying. I literally just watched this. Like
this is one of the more forgettable arcs.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, big moment in Orangetown though. The dog that's defending the store that the owner died in. You know, that's like the only like prominent moment. And, like, meeting Buggy is funny because it was making me laugh because when Buggy was introduced, he was like introduced as like some savage pirate. And it's I was crying. It was so funny.
I actually think Buggy's like a threat.
I was like, I can't believe this is the introduction of Buggy the pirate. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I would put it ahead of Foxy.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. It was
good. Great filler.
I like the dog too. The dog part was great. I think.
All right. So when I rank Reverie, I'm actually going to count. No, I'm not going to count the events of that happened to Wano. Reverie is a lot of information. First of all, you're seeing Emu, which honestly, there's so many theories with that alone. But Emu, and you get to see the giant straw hat. They're going to extinguish one of the fires and. Shanks. So you're seeing Kuma again and the revolutionaries. You're also seeing a lot of royals and seeing a lot of people
jewelry
that you haven't seen in a long time. Jewelry bonnies. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Now, as a manga reader, I enjoyed this arc a lot, but rewatching this last week as an anime watcher, such a drag because every single 5 seconds you're like, oh, this is this character from this arc, and then the rest of the episode is just a recap, and I'm like, oh my god. But I'm gonna rank this as the manga because I didn't have to go through all of that. I think Reverie is a B-lister because I enjoyed a lot of the info, and I really think the whole Emu situation specifically, I was like, damn, like this guy is probably endgame One Piece. I actually think he's going to be the final villain and not Blackbeard or Akainu. I think Emu is the guy that we're looking at here. But honestly, that's just one moment though, so that's why I'm not going to put it any higher. I think it's somewhere in a B or C range, but that's it for me. I don't know. How do you guys feel about Reverie? Because I honestly think most of the hype moments of Reverie was in Wano.
Yeah, because that's like everybody learning that like something happened to Sabo or something other. Yeah, so
yeah,
I'd agree. I'd say it's a B or C. I'd put it at top of C.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Above Zoe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be argued like Zoe. I think they're pretty equal. I think they could be interchangeable, but I'd put it above Zoe, I guess.
How about you, Josh?
Yeah, I think I would put it behind Zoe, but I mean, it's all.
We can put it behind Zoe. That's fine. I think they're interchangeable, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I
think they're both like they're both informational arcs.
Next is Wano's S tier, right?
Oh yeah, it's not even over.
Where in S tier? Like, can you really? I feel like it has to be behind Marineford until I finish.
Yes, it can be behind me, but I think it's above any. I think it could be. It's above Enies Lobby where we're at now because we're going on manga, right?
Okay. Yeah. You think it is or isn't?
I think it is above Enies Lobby.
Okay. Yeah. Now with the manga,
where the manga's at, yeah. 100%.
I think when it finishes, it's going to be above Marineford for sure.
Oh yeah. I agree.
But until I get that moment, nothing's going to trump Whitebeard and Ace dying.
Until we see Kaido fall, then we'll talk. Then we'll start talking about Marineford.
Syrup Village. This is Usopp's arc with Captain Kuro.
Hey, let's
This
go.
is a D-lister, man. Come on.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
The pussyfoot.
this is a D-lister. Like, all right.
The
Like,
deal.
I will put it above Return of Saturday because I do enjoy Usopp. And his actually no, I'm not. It's behind it.
No, it was. I also recently watched it, and like as much as Usopp can be a person, like you can appreciate when you rewatch where he came from. That like he's got a little better, but it's kind of always going to be the same. So it's kind of that's like it's what's like endearing about Usopp, like on the crew. Like he's always gonna be doing his thing, but he'll do his thing like he'll try his best though. So I kind of like that about Usopp.
Now I will say this was Usopp. I know me and Isaiah talked about this. When is he going to get a gun?
I'm waiting for when he meets his dad. I think
it's time.
Never. He's not going to get a gun.
When he meets his dad,
he's never going to get a gun.
He's not going to beat Von Auger with the damn slingshot.
He is. He
needs.
He sniped Sugar from like 500 from a mile out with that thing.
He's not a sniper. You saw Von Auger sniping from miles away. Like come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Usopp needs power up, man.
We'll see. He got observation hockey. I mean,
bro,
he just doesn't know how to use it.
Even seeing him in Wano, I'm like, this guy needs a power up. Like, come on now.
Yeah, he does big time.
But I will say, Captain Kuro is one of the least important. Like, we haven't got. Yeah, I think he's the only villain from part one.
You want to?
We don't know where he's at.
Oh no, he's gone. And you want to know what's funny? I think it's like the portrayal of pirates in the beginning of the series, like this part, and like it's like so different to like now. It's like you think like when you're watching like the beginning of One Piece, you're like, oh, this is gonna be a show about pirates, like savage pirates, like taking over, like but it's like so like far off of where the direction goes after this. So it's so funny. Like that, I found it so funny when I rewatched it. I was like, the villains they're about to start fighting are completely different than this dude. Like this dude's like the plan, like he's the most savage pirate on the East Blue. Like it's so funny. Like the magnitude
are a joke.
Yeah,
it's
like this like Don Krieg. Don Krieg is so funny.
Wait, look, this guy had swords on his gloves, and he did this.
Yeah,
he was doing something.
Yeah,
like, get out of here! Like,
oh, that's funny.
Like, this guy sucks. Anyway, Baratier. Baratier. Oh, okay. This was Zeph and Yoingmi Sanji.
Yeah.
Don Krieg, man. Don Krieg.
Krieg, the strongest man.
With his golden arm. I'm like, get out of here. Mihawk though and Zoro, that's a huge moment.
Huge moments definitely happen. I think like the Sanji moments and Sanji with Zeph like big, and the like Zeph kind of like telling Sanji about Luffy, how like the whole like unrelenting spear can like, or like someone's unrelenting will can like overpower, like, and that like kind of has always embodied Luffy, and Sanji kind of like acknowledge that, and like I think that was really cool, like a cool moment.
Teaching him to follow his dreams, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like that a blind spear can do anything.
I would like to see Don Krieg again in
some more
Don Krieg is the GOAT. Like that crew was so weird. Like the guy with the pearls on his shields. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the pirates, it's just not like that. Like people, it was so basic then. Like, and like if you had a devil, it was so funny because like, you had a devil fruit, like you were like, oh my god, a devil fruit. But now it's like everyone's got a devil fruit. Like everybody's got a devil fruit. It's so funny.
Even Chef Zeph in his were like keeping up with Don Krieg. Like come on.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I would like to see. I think Brody is like above Drum Island, TBH. That's his name, but I don't know. How does everyone else feel?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that.
I like Brody.
I think Mihawk and Zoro was huge, and just like getting Sanji on the crew. I think like that backstory was really cool as well. Like the fact that like Zeph like ate his leg and like stuff like that. I think that was awesome. And it's like a testament to Sanji's character too. So yeah, like it's like Sanji's never changed from that point. Like he's always been the same since then, even now.
So Arlong Park. I think this is the last of the big arcs here. This is a huge Nami moment. Seeing This is honestly the first big quote unquote emphasis on big villain that Luffy's defeated.
Yeah.
I am shocked that we haven't seen Arlong again. To be like, I thought we would saw him at like Impel Down, but we haven't. I would like to see Arlong again. He was a fun villain. But Nami carries this arc here. I like seeing Nami's moments where you finally get to see the human side of her instead of the pirate side of her. Arlong is a huge scumbag, but I mean, he does his job. I'm shocked this guy was a warlord, to be honest. I forgot that he was. But I mean, Nami really carries his arc. Oh, and seeing Luffy destroy the maps that she drew was a pretty intense moment.
I mean, the friend, the putting the hat on her head,
stabbing her.
Huge moments.
I'll put Arlong in B.
I agree.
Okay, I'm glad I wasn't. I thought I was gonna sound crazy for saying that.
No, I would put it above Thriller Bark, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really good arc. I love Arlong Park.
Dynamic.
I love Nami. I think I love the introduction, like getting Nami on the crew. I think it was amazing.
All right, Log Town. This is where you see Smoker, Dragon, and Buggy's about to execute Luffy where Roger got executed, and Buggy is still somehow a threat in this arc, but with the buggy car, you see Alvida again. It's an arc. I mean,
Alvida.
This is the only bit, like, people have speculated the dragon in the lightning and weather. Like, everyone thinks he has a weather fruit right now, and everyone speculated that moment specifically with Smoker and Dragon to like the death of us. But I mean, it's a cool arc. It's fun to see when Luffy's about to get beheaded, he smiles, and that's the first time you see someone with a D do that. I mean, it does its job. I think Smoker carries his arc, though. I think Buggy carries his arc. Yeah, it was cool
moments. It was definitely full of funny moments, forgettable stuff, but it was cool.
How about you, Josh?
Arc.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it served the purpose.
It was there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's like behind Drum Island.
I think,
I'd be behind Romance Dawn, to be honest with you.
I think because it's kind of like, I think this is like, he has everybody on the crew at this point, right? Except for, the
main
five.
One. This is the last one of East Blue.
Yeah, so it's like, I think this is like the beginning of the adventure. So I think that's really cool because and it's starting where like Roger ended. So I think that's like the symbolism is really cool. I think
this is the definition of mid.
Yeah, it's like it's cool.
Yeah. Are we dropping Romance Dawn Jaya in post war again? Or are we keeping it here?
I think a C being crowded up isn't bad.
Let's add these three and then we'll come to that.
Yeah, we'll see where they go.
Reverse
Mountain can go deep. We meet Crocus and Laboon, which like connects to Brook eventually, and Roger, but it was cool.
Look, crazy thing. 4Kids thought that Laboon wasn't important, so they wrote him off like it was just a filler episode, and like he would never see him again. Like 4Kids is so stupid. Continue. I was so sorry. I had to drop that in there.
So where are we putting it?
I put it. I mean, it's D. I think that's what I'm saying. I think it was cool.
It's above Sierra Village, I guess.
Yeah, it was cool.
Laboon. I can't wait to see Laboon again, though.
Yeah, Laboon and Brook. What a great reunion.
Now that we know Crocus was on Roger's crew and
true.
I would love to see Crocus again. I want to see Crocus and Rayleigh like talk again.
It's funny because Crocus is gonna see Momonosuke again for sure.
You see Odin's kid, like
he's gonna be like, "What the fuck happened?" He's gonna be like, "Wait," he's gonna think he's crazy. He's gonna be like, "Wait, what? Why are you 15?"
Whiskey Peak. This is what? Which arc? This is in Alabasta.
This is right before we got Vivi. Like Zoro beat up all of the assassins.
Is this where Mr. 3? No, that's Little Garden with Mr. 3 and the candles. Okay, yeah. I mean, is Whiskey Peak? That's like a D or F, right?
Yeah. It was cool seeing Zoro like beat everybody's ass, but other than that,
it's a F.
you can put it wherever. Honestly, it's kind of one of those ones. Like it was just you had to watch it. It was there.
It's just there.
It was a part of the series. We enjoyed it at the moment, and then we got past it.
Little Garden. I rewatched maybe a month ago with my friend. I appreciate Little Garden a lot more than I did. I think the Giants fighting has such an impact, and we than I thought it would. They're referenced so many times. And I can't wait to go to Elbat. Like, this is really what's kicking off the Elbat fight. But those two are so fun. They've been connected to the Big Mom backstory, the Harusian backstory. They're Elbath in general. The Giants at Water 7. The Little Garden has such an impact, and it's wild. And then you get Mr. 3 and the rest of those commanders with the guy with the booger bombs and all that stuff.
Power.
Honestly, I think Blackbeard should go for that double fruit, by the way. That would be helpful for his crew.
Anyway. That fruit never needs to come back again.
Mr. 3, I thought was OP for a second.
He was, though, low key.
This man was turning people to wax figures. I'm like, oh my God.
Almost bodied the whole crew.
Yeah. It does its job. It's I think it's a C. I don't mind Little Garden. I think it's it might be above Logtown for me, to be honest, or under it, one or the other, maybe under it.
I'd put it at a D, over the top of D.
Top of D. I'm okay with it being top of something. Josh, how about you?
Yeah, I agree. Top of D.
All right. Do we have any final changes here?
Oh wait, I lied. It's not better than Return to Sabaody. I lied.
That's fine. Do we have any last second additions here? Are we content with this?
I mean, I'd like it. I think it's a solid list. Yeah, everything that's in S, that's what I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. S looks clean across the board. A looks clean.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So this is I really like this one. This is probably one of my favorite tier lists that we've done. I think we're all on the same page here. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, anyone who's watching this now or at a later time, thank you for watching. This is a very fun stream, just for us to nerd out about One Piece. And again, I have to show my shirt that I bought. I already showed Josh off screen. I got a Nami shirt. Yeah, I had to cop that, John. But anyway, I'm sure we'll talk about One Piece again because we love talking about One Piece. Anyway, everyone, thank you for joining. Next week, I don't think Noah will be here, but Cheyenne will be here. We're going to talk about some Bleach. We're going to talk about Bleach. We've been holding out for a while, so we're going to talk about that. That should be some fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for joining, everybody. Noah, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at Soft Nono with zeros at Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Let's go. And
Josh, where can people find you?
Yep, you guys can follow my Twitch right below, swoop_RD_, and also on social media at SANN_CHEZZ. So,
all right. And next week we're going to start some giveaways, so look out for that. But lastly, you can follow me at 8 Ball Bangers like usual, and you can follow the Silent Podcast channels and all that fun stuff. Since summer is starting in a few weeks, there's a lot of podcasts that are going to start. We're going to start Love Island coverage, Big Brother coverage, Brent Steele stuff, a lot more fun podcasts. Oh, a Nickelodeon podcast too, Total Drama Action, all this stuff. So we have a lot of new podcasts coming. But yeah, stick around, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.